RPG and the Souls genre have had an interesting past. What began as a nerdy dive into a strange Atlas published From Software title known as Demon Souls has evolved into a fully fledged genre with plenty of offerings to satisfy fans. Now, I honestly see this as leaving From Software at a sort of a disadvantage. Given that they essentially created the genre, fans expect them to constantly raise the bar with each release. Elden Ring was an instant hit when it was first revealed, and following its 2022 release, players are still finding new ways to enjoy it, and I find that loosely due to the frustrating nature of the genre overall. And while a DLC expansion was acknowledged last year, players were expected to wait another year to get the more that they were looking for. Well, I'm here to tell you that the wait is worth it because Elden Ring Shadows of Erdtree is here to raise the bar even higher with a wealth of content for fans to scratch whatever itch they've been craving. After getting the chance to play Shadow of the Erdtree during a preview event, I figured out two things. One, I don't play Elden Ring like any of the top players do, and two, 3 hours is not enough time to see even a fraction of what this DLC offers. During my time playing Elden Ring Shadow of the Erdtree, I was in a room full of other players, each with varying degrees of familiarity with the game. One interesting aspect of this action RPG subgenre is how differently players approach it. For example, after touching Mikula's hand, I saw players run headfirst into the Land of Shadows with the goal of rushing the bosses. These players didn't stop for anything or anyone as they rushed through the new environments to trigger the next bonfire and get to the boss. This struck out to me as odd until I remembered that I've never actually watched anyone else play Elden Ring before. It's always just been me up to my own devices. How I play may not mirror the way you experience this genre, but I quickly came to terms with this in this setting. I personally enjoy exploring and unveiling lore or secrets about the game. Further, I'll fight every creature in my path and constantly address my loadout to prepare for whatever's ahead. I'm slow, and I wouldn't consider myself to be very good at these games, but I get through it after a few tries. If I can jump ahead here for a second, in my experience, I was only able to fight against the first boss at the preview event, but I beat it as soon as they announced the preview session has ended, so that was my own personal victory, and it was further than many of the other attendees got. So now let's talk about Elden Ring Shadow of the Erdtree. If you're looking for meta, I'm sorry, I'm not your guy. My approach to this series is as casual as they come, but I'll do my best here. Shadow of the Erdtree has players dive into a new story guided by Mikula. The Land of Shadow is an entirely new world, distinct from the lands between, yet seemingly integrated, allowing players to travel back and forth between the two. It's here that you'll encounter dark secrets and characters with their own motives, expanding the lore and depth of the world we've come to know. One of the standout features of Shadow of Erdtree is the vast new world that it introduces. The Land of Shadows is filled with branching paths, intimidating foes, and plenty of room to roam around and explore. After you find your bearings, you'll meet a few others who follow in Mikula's footsteps. I personally stuck to the path that was laid out in the preview event, but looking at other screens revealed so much more that I hadn't seen yet, which did make me kind of jealous. Further, the expansion significantly deepens the RPG elements and adds a variety of new weapons, including dual shields, martial arts weapons, reverse grip swords, and throwing weapons. Dueling shields not only provides defensive capabilities, but also offers a range of offensive attacks, potentially reshaping the PvP meta and helping players master parrying. Martial arts weapons brings a new dimension to unarmed battles, offering upgradable and skill-scaled options with unique kicking strikes. Reverse grip swords introduces stylish combat maneuvers and extended spinning attacks, while thrown weapons promises unlimited uses and the ability to fight at a distance. On that note, I might have cheesed through the boss by throwing axes at it, but it was still very difficult. Elden Ring Shadow of the Erdtree promises a wealth of content that builds on the strength of the base game. The seamless integration of the Lands of Shadow with the existing worlds, combined with the expanded RPG elements and new storylines, make this expansion a must-play for fans of the genre. I was only able to get a taste of what this new world is offering, and I haven't stopped thinking about it since. Not only does this expansion raise the bar higher for the Soulslike genre, but it also raises my expectations of premium DLC in future releases. Elden Ring Shadow of Erdtree is coming to PS4, PS5, Xbox One, Series X, and PC on June 21st, 2024. Now, enjoy some gameplay.
Voice Pixel.